Welcome back to Bagnon Memorial Stadium, everybody. It's 4th down and 1 for San Francisco, and right now they're trying to hard count the Wolfpack. It would appear they're going to call a timeout and bring the field goal team on. There is 5:10 left here in the first quarter, and San Francisco is trying to put the first points on the board today. We apologize for those technical difficulties. We have not had internet issues that poor all season long, and I'm glad that whatever needed to be worked out got worked out on the side of technology, because right now we are running smoothly as usual. If you're just joining us, working with an old broadcast package today, one of our more basic ones, because tomorrow we will be ready to fully debut our brand new broadcast package that we have been testing and working through over the past few weeks. That 42-yard field goal for San Francisco is good, and the Bulldogs have their first lead of the day. Louisville's had the ball just once, and they went 3 and out on 3 runs by David Overstreet that only totaled in 3 yards. Santa Fe is trailing Louisville by 23 points in the point differential category. If Louisville can take care of San Francisco by any sort of wide margin, then Louisville will wrap up the #1 seed, not mathematically, but conceivably, realistically. Santa Fe hoping that San Francisco can either pull an upset today or keep it close and give the Gorillas a chance to blast Tallahassee tomorrow in the game of the week. And for SFL fans, of course, they hope that that is a closer game in the game of the week. Thanks for sticking with us despite some internet problems early on, but we're rolling now. It's 3-0 San Francisco. The Bulldogs have had the ball twice, Wolfpack just once, and they have not moved the chains. First down with 2 in the backfield for Skeletor Funk, and the handoff goes to David Overstreet, and Overstreet will break off a tackle and is pounded by Mike Sudalovich. A big hit there on Overstreet. He pops right back up, but nice job by Mike Sudalovich for San Francisco. Sudalovich is actually second on the team in tackles with 41. He trails the team leader by 35. Jasper Lennox, the outside linebacker, has 76 tackles this year. Funk to pass for the first time today. All day, he checks it down, and that pass is caught for a first down to the Wolfpack 41-yard line. So Louisville gets their first down of the game. Wolfpack, this game means a lot to them. San Francisco trying to finish undefeated at home for the first time in team history. Trips to the left side as Funk drops back to pass. He'll fire it outside. Pass caught. And again, Overstreet took, or actually that was Hanatu took a heavy hit. A 5-yard pickup, and San Francisco is out for blood here early on in this first quarter. And this game easily already better than the first matchup for the Bulldogs against Louisville. By this time, the Wolfpack had already put up 21 on the board, and we're on their way to one of the biggest victories in SFL history. Second down and 5, and San Francisco jumped offside, and Overstreet has a full head of steam. Lennox makes the tackle, but that penalty will be declined, and Louisville will move the chains for a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90, defense. The penalty is the penalty.
So first down and 10. There's a look at David Overstreet, 15 touchdowns, 7.1 yards per carry, and a shocking receiving stat. You have to hear to believe. And again, San Francisco jumps offside, and Overstreet picks up 2 yards, but that'll be a first down and 5, and San Francisco, who was so disciplined on their opening possession, having trouble
Neutral zone infraction
here on their second trip out on the field today.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Brown doesn't like the effort there by the Bulldog defensive line. David Overstreet, 49 receptions. That's 8 less than Keanu Tuiasosopo. But David Overstreet has 230 more yards of receiving despite having less catches. Averages a whopping 9.2 yards per reception. 3 touchdowns this year. 1st and 5. Funk back to pass. Swings it out. Wide open man. And that is just shy of the first down at the San Francisco 36. And everyone Skeletor P. Funk has looked to so far in the game has been wide open, although A.J. Blaylock and Lawrence Kirkland have not gotten a look so far in the game. 2nd and inches at the 36. And everyone is tied up. 10 in the box for San Francisco. They got in trouble with that against New York, but Funk again tried to hit the tight end. That pass is incomplete. Tyro Unutoa injured on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. And Funk has not been very aggressive here in the first quarter as the Bagnon Memorial crowd in this home finale for San Francisco stands up on their feet. High formation for San Francisco. And Funk will hand it off to Overstreet. He's got the first down, and Overstreet's got a gain of 5 to the Bulldog 31. So Louisville continues their trek down the field. A nice solid drive. San Francisco not necessarily making it easy, but not making it difficult on him either. 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 31. 2 receivers, Kirkland and Blaylock to the bottom of the screen. Funk back to pass, and Funk will fire it to Blaylock. That pass is caught, but again, only a 4-yard pickup. Had Lawrence Kirkland going deeper, decided to take the short route. 2nd down, 6. A.J. Blaylock leads the team in receptions with 54, in yards with 809, averaging 15 yards a catch and 9 touchdowns as a bronze. He's been the biggest surprise and a big X factor on this Wolfpack team this year. 2nd and 6 at the 26. 2 backs in the backfield. Overstreet takes it around the left-hand side, and Overstreet is brought down. Only a 2-yard gain. And there he is, Jasper Lennox, the star of this defense, was a defensive end in Orlando last year, and once he moved to outside linebacker, he has really shined here in San Francisco. 2 backs in the backfield, tight set on 3rd down and 4. Louisville trying to keep the drive alive. Everybody's covered. That pass is beautifully caught, however, by Lawrence Kirkland just ahead of the first down markers to the 20. A nice job by Skeletor P. Funk, making sure that he stays patient. And it's 1st down and 10. First quarter winding down, both teams with the ball just twice. We will go commercial free today because of the internet issues have set us back on the broadcast. That pass is caught for a 6-yard gain, and that might be the final play of the first quarter. Paulie Dixon has been a busy man on the outside here this afternoon, and that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, San Francisco 3, Louisville nothing, but the Wolfpack are on the move, trying to break their shutout. We'll keep it here at Bagnon Memorial Stadium. This is the Sim Football Network on Twitch. So Funk completes the pass to Lawrence Kirkland, his 2nd catch of the game to start the 2nd quarter of play. And just like that, it's 1st down and goal for Louisville at the 8-yard line. San Francisco has played pretty decent defense thus far, keeping everything in front of them, but Skeletor P-Funk is starting to find a rhythm out of the shotgun, back to pass against the blitz. Funk is going to avoid a sack, throw it sidearmed, and he overthrew his receiver, but a heck of a job by Skeletor P-Funk to keep the play alive, and it's 2nd and goal. And if you're going to misfire on a pass in the end zone, you want to overthrow it out of the back. And that's exactly what Funk did, and Louisville will go out of the eye. Skeletor P-Funk has thrown just 3 interceptions to 20 touchdowns this year, plus 17 differentials, the best in the league. Larry Henderson blasts David Overstreet, who's slow to get up in the backfield as Skeletor P-Funk tries to help him up. It's 3rd and goal. A battle of big number 99s today. Larry Henderson for the San Francisco Bulldogs, Rick O'Reilly for the Louisville Wolfpack, and O'Reilly most certainly has been the better player this year. 17 tackles for loss, 32 tackles overall, 9 sacks. That's 2nd in the league. 3rd and goal at the 8. Back to pass, Funk, pump fake, goes down the back of the end zone. It's knocked out of the back of the end zone by Barber, and it's 4th and goal. A nice red zone stand for San Francisco, and the Wolfpack will have to bring out the field goal unit. From 25 yards away, Louisville's kick is good. First down coming up here for San Francisco once they field the kickoff. Wolfpack and Bulldogs have each had the ball twice. They've each punted once and kicked a field goal once. A slow-moving ball game here from San Francisco as the Wolfpack kick it deep. From the 9-yard line, Bulldogs on the return, and the Bulldogs smashed at the 27. Byram on the return. Don't forget about tomorrow's epic doubleheader, where we will find out all of the playoff seeds and matchups. First at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, the Baltimore Crabs will host the Honolulu Legends. And now that Baltimore's clinched a playoff spot, they are out to make a statement against Honolulu. They play at noon. Then at 3 p.m. Central, the game of the week alongside Greg Morris, a.k.a. San Antonio. We will have at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, the Tallahassee Pride hosting the Santa Fe Gorillas. Santa Fe currently sits in the number 2 spot. Tallahassee currently sits in the number 4 spot. There's a potential to have a 3-way tie for the conference championship, and if that was the case, Baltimore would end up getting the first round bye. 2nd and 8, the handoff goes to Tuiasa-Sopo, and he's put down pretty quickly, and just like that, it's 3rd and 7. Tuiasa-Sopo, 22 yards on 10 carries. He's not going to get to a 1,000-yard season running like that. He'll need to pick it up. 3rd down. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Trips to the right. And Hart will drop the throw. Hart will fire it outside. Caught, but short of the first down by a yard. Nice job adjusting the body. It'll bring up 4th and 1, and San Francisco goes 3 and out, and that is not what you want to do, especially after your defense was on the field a very long time the previous possession. You can start to feel Louisville taking things over just a tad. Punt is away from the Bulldogs from the 28. Louisville on the return up to the 31-yard line. Also tomorrow we will have our fully fledged broadcast package all ready to go. It is a thing of beauty. We've been working on the complete package for a few weeks now. First and 10 at the 31-yard line. Back to pass, Funk. And he fires it outside. That pass nearly picked off. And I believe that was Albright who took his eyes off the ball, and Funk throws a rare incompletion. It's second down and 10. Funk completes a whopping 82.4% of his passes. An absolute ridiculous number. Also, for everyone listening out there, don't forget that the SFL playoffs, the wild card playoffs, will be Saturday, same time, same place next week. Saturday at noon, we'll have game 1 of the wild cards as Blaylock picks up 9. And then game 2 will be Monday night, but a little bit of an earlier start in order for football fans to not miss too much of Eagles-Falcons in the second half. 5:15 Central, 6:15 p.m. Eastern. Third down and 1 at the 40. 2 receivers and 1 back. Funk back to throw. Funk's got all kinds of time. That pass is incomplete. And the Bulldogs get a defensive stop. Bring up 4th down and 1, and Louisville will punt the football. That's a big victory for San Francisco. The longer they can keep this game close, the longer they can play their game. San Francisco needs balance in victory. They do not do well playing from behind. From the 28, and not a lot of room for the Bulldogs there. Actually from the 23 up to the 24-yard line. If you missed Thursday night's game, Oklahoma City defeated Minneapolis 16-13 in overtime. Another slugfest here so far. I was covering one of the oldest rivalries in Texas last night in high school football. New Braunfels took on Seguin in the 90th straight meeting. They've met over 100 times overall, dating back to 1927. Seguin was up 21-0 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter and lost the game 29-21. New Braunfels scored 22 points in 1 minute and 33 seconds. It was spectacular. 2nd and 5 at the 29. And the handoff goes to Tuiasa Sopo, and he will bounce off a couple of tackles before getting back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 5. Third down, 5, 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hart's going to throw it deep, and that pass is caught! Rex Norton down to the Louisville 43-yard line for a Bulldog first down. That's the second time Jasper Hart has thrown it deep, and when San Francisco stays aggressive, they have had success this year. That has been where they have played their best. And Rex Norton makes his first catch. Ezekiel Freeman on the tackle. This Wolfpack defense, pretty bizarre. Their leading tackler is Andre Khrushchev, but he has just 49 tackles. Aaron Tolbert and Ezekiel Freeman each have 46. A very balanced attack. 1st and 10 at the Louisville 43. And Hart flips it outside. That pass is caught, but forward progress actually rules Donald Miller for a 2-yard loss. Miller and Hart with a miscommunication there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Three receivers for Hart. 2 to the left. And the handoff goes to Tuiasa Sopo, and Rick O'Reilly, H.J. Latshaw eats him alive at defensive tackle, and it brings up 3rd down and 11. Latshaw with just 16 tackles this year. By far, one of the lowest tackling numbers among stars this season across the league. 3rd down and 11 here. Jasper Hart's going to have to make some more magic happen. Out of the eye, Hart back to pass, and Hart will fire it to the right side, needing to turn the corner. Donald Miller does! Breaks a tackle and picks up 17 for another Bulldog first down. Donald Miller beautifully tight ropes the sideline, and then Gallion pushed him forward. San Francisco on the move, and they just have to figure out next season how to play like this on the road. 0-4 on the road this year. 1st and 10 of the 27. And Tuiasa Sopo loses 3 yards. Lucius Sanders comes over to make the stop. Sanders had a couple of picks a couple of weeks ago. Louisville has just 9 interceptions as a defense, but they have 92 interception return yards, which is a pretty nice average. 3 receivers. 2 in the backfield for Hart. And Hart will drop to throw. Hart will fire left side, and the toes are out of bounds for Donald Miller. 3rd straight time. It'll be 3rd and long for San Francisco. Can Jasper Hart pull another rabbit out of his hat? Third down, 13. Join the SFL as a player, coach, owner, or league member. And whatever you want to do to help the league, we are interested in seeing what you got. That pass is caught by Brunson. Hart is 8 of 9 for 93 yards. Another Bulldog first down. Why don't they just throw it every play? Jasper Hart is locked and loaded. Aaron Tolbert on the stop. 1st down and 10 of the 13. High formation here. San Francisco has moved into scoring position. Hart will fire it outside. That pass is incomplete. Donald Miller, a gold star receiver. Understand you got to keep the feet in bounds. 2nd and 10. Miller, 45 catches, 711 yards, 2 touchdowns this year. Is one of about 15 receivers in the league, averaging over 100 yards per game. But the fact that Tuiasa Sopo has 12 more receptions than Miller does is a problem. Back to pass, Hart. Hart swings it out. That's the fullback, and that's a nice open field tackle by Gallion, a 2-yard gain. This will be a 3rd down and 8. This will be at least the 12th play of the drive for San Francisco, and the Bulldogs have made their living on 3rd and long. Third down, 8 at the 11. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. And Hart drops to throw, swings it outside, and Miller out of bounds again. Donald Miller, man. Bad possession for Miller, although he did keep the chains moving one time on the drive. Oh, come on. Come on, Internet. Field goal team is on the field. This will be from 27 yards away. And that field goal for San Francisco is good. And the Bulldogs have regained the lead, 6-3. 3:18 to go in the first half. And this is a stunner. Louisville just 3 points on the road here, up to the 27-yard line. If Louisville loses this game, it opens up the opportunity for Santa Fe to get the #1 seed heading into the playoffs. All they would need is a victory. It wouldn't matter by how much. Louisville, however, with a loss, still would have a shot if Santa Fe loses tomorrow at the #1 seed, depending upon point differential. Back to pass, Funk swings it outside, caught by Blaylock, a 4-yard gain. Will set up a 2nd down and 6. Ticking down to 3 minutes to go in the first half. Tight set here. And San Francisco again will try to put bodies on bodies. Hand off to Overstreet. Right side, Overstreet spins off a tackle, breaks another. Overstreet in the open field for the first time today. Overstreet one man to beat. No one is fast enough. And David Overstreet scores a 69-yard touchdown and blows the game open. That's all it takes. San Francisco has done such a good job of tackling all afternoon. Couldn't get it done on that play. And David Overstreet scores his 16th rushing touchdown, his 19th touchdown overall of the season. Can you imagine averaging 2 rushing touchdowns a game? That is production. And the crowd is pretty quiet here in San Francisco. That kick is good for Louisville. 10-6. Wolfpack on top after Overstreet, by far the biggest play of this game. Keanu Tuiasosopo has been wrapped up all day consistently. As the Wolfpack kick it away from the 10, San Francisco on the return up to the 28. Shout out to all of you who are watching this afternoon. Dark Destro MD, DR Sim 80, Blue Wolfpack Muse 101, Ramos Lynn, San Antonio True Shot Caller 1, Xanthos and X Factor 56. If you have not seen our epic 2016 trailer, please visit youtube.com/simulationfl. And it's right there on the homepage. Keanu Tuiasosopo, it's his turn! Down the sideline of the Louisville 46, his longest run of the day, a 27-yard pickup, first down, Bulldogs. Freeman ends up making the stop, but that was an important run for San Francisco. Nice move in the open field from Keanu. 1st and 10 at the Louisville 46. Toss play out to Tuiasosopo. He sidesteps the defender. He's got a first down and more inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Tui is woken up. Back-to-back terrific runs. And another Bulldog first down. Some great blocking. First and 10 at the Louisville 26-yard line, and San Francisco just will not let Louisville pull away with this game. High formation, Miller to the right-hand side of the ball. Handoff to Sopo, opposite direction. Got some good blocks inside the 20, down to the 19.5-yard line. Pickup of 7 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Louisville 10, San Francisco 6. Bulldogs on the move. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the San Francisco Bulldog Radio Network.
Home to the Bulldog Bark, 102.5 KSFR, The Big Ticket, San Francisco.
Second down, 3 at the 20. Hart and the Bulldogs on the move, just inside the 20, into the red zone. And off to Sopo, and for the first time this drive, wrapped up immediately. Now averaging 4.3 yards a carry, but it'll bring up another third down for San Francisco in the red zone. And even if they waste a lot of the clock here in the first half, a lot of the remaining clock, and kick a field goal, that's a victory for San Francisco. Could be a one-point game heading into the locker room, and the Bulldogs will take that all day. Hart will toss it out on third down, and Sopo did not get the first down. They do keep the clock running. Aaron Tolbert comes up to make the stop. Nice call there for San Francisco, but just couldn't turn it. And let's see, I would guess that they would take the points here, and they will. No fooling around. 33-yard field goal attempt can make it a one-point game. Louisville will have all 3 timeouts and roughly 50 seconds left to work with here in the first half. And the extra point for San Francisco was good. Or the field goal, I should say. I don't know where I was at on that play. Off in La-La Land, but the Bulldogs cut the deficit 10-9. Bulldogs kick it away. And Louisville returns to the 28. So 47 seconds left. 3 timeouts for the Wolfpack to try to extend their lead. Two receivers, both to the far side right. Back to pass Funk. And Funk will fire it deep! Wide open, Lawrence Kirkland! He will break a tackle, and he will be stopped at the 14-yard line. Nobody covered Lawrence Kirkland. All by himself. And that is a blown assignment that will cost San Francisco. What an unbelievable gaffe. And a nice throw on the money from Skeletor P. Funk as Louisville has woken up here at the end of the second quarter. First and 10 of the 14, 2 receivers split out wide. Funk back to pass. Funk looking. Funk is sacked! Taken down a 5-yard loss. No huddle offense here for Lou. 27 seconds remaining. Funk to pass again. And Funk is pressured. Sidearm throw. Beautiful pass. And a nice tackle made inbounds. Louisville now 1 timeout left. It'll be 3rd and 5. If Louisville can hold to a field goal here, no harm, no foul. Wolfpack offense still on the field. Still plenty of time. Blaylock top of the screen with a 10-yard cushion. 3rd down, 5 yards to go from the 9. Funk back to pass. Funk swings it outside. Blaylock takes the cushion, gets out of bounds. First and goal at the 3. That was the perfect call on 3rd down with less than 20 seconds to go. Brilliant. And Louisville will bring the field goal unit on. That'll be first and goal at the 3. But they'll safely take the points. And with 12 seconds left, take a 13-9 lead. So we're right back where we were a couple of minutes ago. San Francisco returns up to the 27-yard line. We'll skip the halftime show and go right into the 3rd quarter because we had some internet issues earlier. We want to get through this game and get back on track as much as possible. Just going to hand it off to Tuiasosopo. Rick O'Reilly's going to tackle him from behind, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Overstreet finishes with 93 yards. Tuiasosopo with 82. And we'll get the first half team stats and then head back down to Bagnon Memorial Field. .216 total yards to 178. Both teams playing a clean football game. Skeletor Funk, 123 yards. No touchdowns, no picks in that first half. L Marshall JR89 says it's a good day to be a football fan. You are absolutely right. First big day of college football, and I've been happy with college football. First couple of days, a lot of good defensive ball games. You're not seeing as many 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 routes. Of course, I'm sure we'll see plenty today. First and 10 at the 29 for Louisville. They hold a 13-9 lead, but so far they've left the door open for Santa Fe to still capture the #1 seed. Funk against a late blitz, deep ball. Oh, Kirkland caught it. Lawrence Kirkland, what a catch. In all sorts of traffic. Double cover, jump ball, why not? Lawrence Kirkland, 48 receptions, 695 yards, 2 touchdowns coming into the game. What a play over the middle. First and 10 of the Wolfpack 47. Funk will hand it off to Overstreet. Overstreet will break off a tackle or 2, picks up 6. Overstreet now just shy of 100 yards. He averages 192.7 yards per game. He was starting to catch Park Hee-Chul in the MVP conversation, but then Park Hee-Chul ripped off that ridiculous game last week against the Bulldogs. Second and 4, the 48. Back to pass, swing out. And Overstreet makes the catch, but he lost a yard, and there's about 7 Bulldogs on the screen. Tremendous pursuit will bring up 3rd and 5. Can San Francisco hold him? 4 receivers, 2 to either side of Funk. Funk will hand it off. Overstreet right up the gut. Got the first down. Got to make that first tackle on David. It's so difficult. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs into Bulldog territory. 2 receivers, near side, short side. Funk out of the gun, low snap. Back to pass, down the middle, and that one is knocked away. Completed that pass to Blaylock earlier in the game. This time not as successful, and A.J. Blaylock has been very quiet this afternoon. 2nd down, 10. 4-3 look, and the corners creep in. Tight set. Linebackers shift from left to right. Hand off Overstreet. Overstreet blows by 3 different Bulldogs and got the first down, a 13-yard pickup. Now 117 yards on 12 carries. That's nearly 10 yards a carry for Overstreet. And Louisville is on the move again, up 4. So here's some important dates for you to remember. If you are an SFL fan, you will not want to miss them. It starts with tomorrow's doubleheader. Noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, Baltimore and Honolulu, followed by the game of the week, Tallahassee and Santa Fe, as all 3 of those 4 teams are competing still for a conference title, as Lawrence Kirkland makes another great grab down to the 11-yard line, and Louisville's in serious business. The next date for you to remember is Saturday, September 12th, 1 week from today. The SFL playoffs start with our first ever wild card game. It'll either be the 3v6 or 4v5 matchup here on the Sim Football Network. And make sure to check out simulationfl.com for updated playoff and postseason schedules. And Sunday, September 27th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. The first ever Sim Football 4-man commentary crew as Overstreet is wrapped up. Myself, alongside Greg Morris, Mike Peters, and Damon Simeon will be on the call for a historic SFL Championship game, our 5th, from right here in the stadium, Bagnod Memorial in San Francisco. 2nd and 12 of the 13. Long drive here for Louisville. It's been over 3 minutes to start this second half. And he drops to throw. Funk swings it outside. Overstreet inside the 10. Overstreet down to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 8. 3rd and 4 from the 5. And Louisville, dating back to early in the second quarter, has scored on, I believe, 3 of their last 4 possessions, trying to make it 4 of 5. Also, you can be a part of the drama of the Simulation Football League as we return for our 6th season. Following next year's Super Bowl, we'll be having a documentary produced by an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker on the Simulation Football League's journey, as that pass is caught for a touchdown by A.J. Blaylock. You have an opportunity to be a player in our growing league, be a coach in our growing league, or have your own team in our growing league. You also have the opportunity to be a part of pre-game commentary crew, the halftime show, the sideline reporters, podcasts. It's all available to you through simulationfl.com, #BeTheDrama. Visit our website for more information. So Louisville gets the first passing touchdown of the day for either team, and they have now scored 10 unanswered. It's 20-9, and now the point differential between Louisville and Santa Fe has ballooned to 34. And if it gets any more out of hand than that, then Santa Fe is likely out of the running for the top seat. From the 10, San Francisco to the 29-yard line. So, can San Francisco respond? Louisville scored 10 unanswered, and San Francisco hasn't even gotten the ball. The one run before the half does not count. For A.J. Blaylock, that was his 10th receiving touchdown of the season. San Francisco has thrown 8 passing touchdowns as a team. Out of the eye, Hart back to pass. And he flips it out to Iosisopo, but Donald Miller whiffed on a block, and Sanders makes the stop, and Donald Miller is having a horrendous game this afternoon. He's been out of bounds a few times. If he would have picked up that block, Iosisopo would have had a lot of running room on the outside. Second down, 11 yards to go. 3 receivers, and Hart swings it outside, and that is a 0% play to Iosisopo. Another 1-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12. And San Francisco has stopped being aggressive, their strength, and have gone passive, their weakness. San Antonio, you out there, my friend? 3rd down and 12. Hart swings it outside, well short of the first down. That's a 3-and-out for San Francisco. And that drive epitomized the Bulldogs' lack of postseason run this year. Louisville's starting to finally pull away. San Francisco's defense is going to have to come up with a big stop. That was a really bad drive for San Francisco. .644 left here in the 3rd. Funk takes over again. Hand off to Overstreet. He is going to spin off with 2 tackles and pick up 9. Now 124 yards for David Overstreet, and he's starting to get on pace of his average. Let's update you on some college football scores while we're in a bit of a lull. Number 9, Georgia on top of Louisiana Monroe, 35-14. That game is delayed right now. Right now, number 21, Stanford being upset by Northwestern, 13-3, with 11 minutes left in that game. Overstreet is going to pick up the first down and more, bouncing off a tackle to the Bulldog 46-yard line. Get a second look at that one. Iowa on top of Illinois State 31-0. Rutgers on top of Norfolk State 49-13. Boston College beating Maine 10-3 at the half. Washington State beating Portland State 3-0 in the first quarter. First and 10 at the San Francisco 46. 3 receivers, back to pass. Funk swings it outside. That pass is caught. That's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Six catches, 109 yards for Lawrence Kirkland. He averages 99 yards a game. 2nd down, 7. San Francisco needs at least a half stop here. Back to pass. Funk swings it outside. Overstreet met in the backfield, at least shoved out of bounds. Got 2 on the reception. Sets up a 3rd down and 5. Trips left. San Francisco at a 3rd down and 5 in similar territory on the previous possession. Back to pass. And Funk hits it through. Nice stop there. Larry Henderson applying some pressure. It's 4th down. And Louisville will have to punt it away. The league's #1 offense, averaging over 40 points per game this season. San Francisco has done a pretty decent job.
Don't let him get that point.
5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Louisville will try to pin him deep. That's a great kick. That's going to hop at the 7 and bounce into the end zone. Unfortunate bounce there for the Wolfpack. San Francisco, assuming they lose this game, will finish 3-5. Since making the championship game 2 seasons ago, the Bulldogs have missed the playoffs 2 straight seasons. After that improbable run. And they were off to a pretty good start here this year as well. And like Honolulu, faded. On a counter, Tuiasosopo lost 2 yards, and he is just getting stacked up. Willard Morris now 7 tackles for Louisville. 2nd and 12. High formation for Jasper Hart. Back to pass. Hart steps up in the pocket. And he goes deep down the field. And Miller couldn't hang on. Freeman on the coverage. If I'm a Bulldog fan or coach right now, I'm furious at Donald Miller. The guy looks like he is checked out. That was a great pass. Looked like Miller had every opportunity to go up and get it. The guy is huge, and he can't make the play. Averaging just about 6 receptions per game. Back to pass, and that pass caught by the tight end on the outside. How about that matchup? Anderson, Will Anderson with the catch. 1st down, San Francisco. And it's a wonder why they do not call these type of plays on 1st or 2nd down. And why San Francisco continues to try to navigate their way down the field when Jasper Hart certainly has the talent in the arm. And when he doesn't turn the ball over like he has not today, it keeps San Francisco in ball games. Back to pass, 3-step drop. Hart steps up in the pocket, fire at the outside, at least got 1. Tuiasosopo has not done much in the receiving department today. Almost nothing after the catch. 2nd and 9, 3:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Two receivers, one to either side. Hart out of the shotgun. San Francisco trying to hang around. Hart back to pass. He's going to go deep down the field. That pass caught! Wide open! Donald Miller! 10-5! Touchdown Bulldogs! Give me some of that Bulldog bark! Miller heard the criticisms and stepped up, got behind everybody. And now the question becomes, will the Bulldogs go for 2? A huge touchdown. Santa Fe's got to love that one. (20-15). What are they going to do here? They're going to kick the field goal. A little bit too early to go for 2, I suppose. And the extra point for San Francisco is good. And just like that, Jasper Hart throws his 9th touchdown of the season, and it's Louisville 20, San Francisco 16. Yet another close SFL game here in Week 12. Just when it looked like the Wolfpack were going to start pulling away, The defense gets a stop, gets some confidence, and there you have it. The lefty raises his arm and kicks it deep. From the 10, Wolfpack on the return. Past the 25 to the 29-yard line. How will Skeletor P. Funk respond? 3 receivers, all to the far side left. Back to pass, Funk fires it out. And a nice grab by Lawrence Kirkland on the sideline. And Jasper Hart nearly outplaying Skeletor P. Funk. Stats almost identical. Gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
Can San Francisco's defense continue to keep David Overstreet at bay? That's the big question. A much better job this week than against New York last week, as Funk has a lot of time. Heads he through, crushed actually. This pass is caught for a first down. Sudalovich should have had an interception. Paulie Dixon comes up with a tremendous play. A throw by Funk all the way across the field under duress. That was pretty football. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Overstreet, the lone man in the backfield. And Funk steps back, swings it outside, pass caught, 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Ball the Wolfpack 44-yard line. 2:10 to go in the 3rd. 4 receiver set for Funk. Funk back to pass. He'll swing it outside. Knocked away! Sudalovich defends Blaylock nicely. 3rd down. San Francisco just no quit in them right now. Stopped Louisville on their last drive on a 3rd down and 5. Crowd wants defense here at Bagnon. Out of the shotgun, Funk. Blaylock and Kirkland to the short side left. Back to pass, Funk looking down the middle. Wide open! That is A.J. Blaylock's 11th touchdown of the season. And Louisville right back up by double digits. That's the 2nd time we have seen a receiver just get lost in the shuffle for San Francisco. Nobody back there. And Skeletor P. Funk now 2 touchdowns, no picks. Now has 22 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. And every time San Francisco pushes back, Louisville pushes back just a little bit harder. And Blaylock, who needed 191 yards coming into today to have a 1,000-yard season as a rookie, is likely approaching that milestone. He's at least over 100 now, 27-16. And San Francisco's got to come back with a charge. From the 11, San Francisco on the return up to the 29-yard line. So Louisville goes up 20-9, and then 27-16 here in the 3rd quarter. Can San Francisco keep throwing punches? 4 wide receivers here for Hart. Hart back to pass. He's going to fire deep. That pass is caught. Donald Miller down to Louisville 39. And both offenses have opened up the game. 124 yards on 6 receptions for Miller. First down, San Francisco. Again, just guys wide open all over the field this afternoon. If you're just joining us, Skeletor P. Funk, 2 touchdown passes today to A.J. Blaylock. Jasper Hart, 1 touchdown pass today to Donald Miller. David Overstreet also had a 68-yard rushing touchdown in the first half. Empty backfield for Hart. Swings it outside. Caught. Brunson turns the corner. Gets 8. Check that. Rex Norton on the catch. Xavier Brunson got off to such a hot start this year. He really cooled off. 36 catches, 474 yards, 3 touchdowns coming in.
Second and 2.
2 backs, 2 receivers. For San Francisco, handoff goes to Tuiasa Sopo, breaks off a tackle and lost 3 in the backfield. Lucius Sanders on the stop, and more importantly, that scoots San Francisco further out of realistic field goal range. 3rd and 5. Third and 5 at the 34-yard line. 3 receivers. Hart back to throw. Hart will fire it. Got to turn around. Got the first down. Did Brunson to the 28-yard line. Another move of the chains on 3rd down for San Francisco's passing attack. Louisville creeping up to the line of scrimmage. They got 7 players on the line. Hart back to pass. Hits Tuiasa Sopo. Got some room to run. Tuiasa Sopo on the sideline. Inside the 15. Down to the 13. First down again for San Francisco. San Francisco will not go away and make this easy on the league's top team here in the final week of the regular season. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We'll be back to Bagnall Memorial Stadium after this. Epic 2016 is fast approaching. Go to simulationfl.com to be a part of the drama next season. Football video games for 25 years have failed to bring you a total game day experience. The SFL believes it's been too long a wait. In 2016, a total game day experience arrives. If you love sim football, you'll never want to miss another SFL night again. Multiple games at the same time, more games per season, no more bye weeks. In-game highlights from around the league will keep you engaged. Our league-produced halftime show will catch you up on what you've missed. Customization of your complete roster gives each team a unique brand. An extra star or 2 won't hurt either. A new league website brings fans the incredible detail of the SFL to the forefront. Play-by-play 3 nights a week in prime time, you got it. The SFL is partnering with PX1 Sports, bringing Irvine to epic Madden matchups starting in September. Mark your calendars. Sunday, September 27th, 5 p.m. Eastern. The SFL Championship will feature a 4-man commentating crew. It's time to hype next level sim Our doors are now open. Be the player, be the coach, be the owner, be the league, be the drama. Grab a seat. Sopo starts the fourth quarter with a 6-yard run. Bring up second down and 4 at the 7. $240 yards and a touchdown. 124.6 quarterback rating today for Hart. One of his best this season. San Francisco trying to cut back into the deficit. Keanu Tuiasosopo will get 1. 3rd and 3. At the 6, 4 receivers, 3 to the right. Tight on the line. Hart to throw. 3rd down, Hart swings it outside. Tuiasosopo shy. But if I was San Francisco, I'd kick the field goal here. It gets you within 1 score. You got some points. You kept it close. That's what I'd do. Plenty of time. Snap, extra point is field goal again. Boy, I'm in a rut today. Fired up about tomorrow. But Bulldog fans are pleased that San Francisco has pulled this within 8 and has looked competitive against the league's best team. 27-19, Louisville on top of San Francisco. San Francisco now needs to play some defense, setting the stage for you if you're unaware of the playoff scenarios of this game, which, by the way, you can see all of the playoff scenarios at simulationfl.com, updated after every game over the past few weeks. Louisville holds the tiebreaker currently over the number 2 team in the league, Santa Fe. It's a point differential tiebreaker because they play in different conferences. They hold that tiebreaker by 23 points. The more they win today, the more they increase their odds of locking up that number 1 seed, despite whatever Santa Fe does tomorrow, as David Overstreet picks up 6. But if San Francisco keeps it close enough, Santa Fe has a chance to blow out the Pride tomorrow and potentially overtake that number 1 seed. 2nd and 4 at the 31. Louisville by 8, they're out of the eye. And San Francisco is crowding the box. Overstreet will try to run right past him. And Overstreet does successfully. 1st and 10 to the 42. 145 yards. And if I'm San Francisco, what is the point of stacking the box if every single one of my extra guys in the box is going to miss the tackle? Andrew Ball eventually comes up with the stop, the corner from the opposite side of the field. 9:39 and counting here in the 4th. 27-19 Louisville. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, here on the Simulation Football Network on Twitch. David Overstreet has a lane to the outside. Picked up a block. Being chased from behind. Overstreet down to the 15. And again, San Francisco just cannot come up with the big defensive stop they desperately need. Lennox missed the tackle. That was a great block there at the end of that play. Lennox doesn't miss a lot of tackles. Missed a crucial one there. Neither team has turned the ball over in the game. San Francisco needs their defense to step up. 2 backs and 2 receivers. Back to pass. Funk swings it outside. Overstreet to the 10. Got 5 yards before being shoved out of bounds. 2nd and 5, 8:47 on the clock. 27 Louisville, 19 San Francisco. Tight set here for the Wolfpack. Funk will throw. Funk will fire it out to the fullback. He's got a head full of steam, and he's got a touchdown! Touchdown catch for Demond St. Pierre. And Louisville once again answers the Bulldogs and go up 2 scores. San Francisco playing from behind since they gave up, well, they were down by 4 at the half, but since they gave up that touchdown on Louisville's opening drive of the second half, they've just been behind by a couple of scores most of this game and just cannot seem to get the defense going. Extra point is good, nearly blocked. It's 34-19. Bulldog offense has been better here in the second half of the third quarter and early parts of the fourth quarter. Not over just yet. But San Francisco has to figure out how to stop this Louisville offense. As mentioned, #1 in the league, over 40 points per game. And Louisville had just 13 points at the half, has scored 21 points here in the second half. From the 8. San Francisco on the return up to the 29. First and 10 at the 29-yard line. Offside Louisville, free play. Hart not going to take full advantage of it, but a nice drop off there to Tuiasa Sopo. Ends up picking up 8. Be interested to see what the Bulldogs do with the penalty. I would guess they're going to decline it here.
Neutral zone infraction, number 96, deep. The penalty is declined.
The 2nd and 2 after the decline penalty. Second down, 2 yards to go. Ball at the 38-yard line. High formation. Hart, hand off to Tuiasa Sopo. Bounced off of a tackle. Got a block and bounced off of another. Great job by Aaron Tolbert to slow him down. There was a lot of good play on that. Tuiasa Sopo met in the backfield, kind of stumbled a little bit. Then he got popped by Tolbert, stayed upright, finally brought down, but a nice run by Tui to the 49. That was one heck of a play. First and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Back to pass, Hart. Hart fires it deep. That pass is caught in coverage. Xavier Brunson to the Louisville 31. Bulldogs will not quit. One-on-one. The height advantage edge to the Bulldogs. And there you go. We've seen some tremendous catches today. San Francisco's offense trying to respond once again. High formation, Louisville showed a blitz, but then backed off into coverage. Jasper Hart steps away from a Rick O'Reilly sack, finds Tuiasosopo. Nobody was open down the field. That's a 2-yard gain, and I'm shocked that Jasper Hart did not just take off and run with that one. No time to panic if you're San Francisco. Even if you take another 3 minutes off this clock, you'll still be down just 1 score. Donald Miller, I don't know why he's yawning at Lucius Sanders as Sanders completely backs off of Miller. If I'm Jasper Hart, I'm throwing it to Donald. Sanders looks like he's coming in on some sort of blitz here. And instead, they hand it off to Tuiasosopo, and that's just a horrible audible. Louisville sold out for the run. All he had to do was take 2 steps back and sling it to Miller wherever he was on the field. He would have made the catch. 3rd and 9 at the 30. San Francisco can't afford any more field goals. Out of the shotgun. Hart back to pass. Hart down the middle. It's knocked away and incomplete. And I think this is 4-down territory for San Francisco. The Bulldogs might not agree, but you're just not going to beat Louisville with field goals, especially when you can't get a defensive stop. There is 5:45 left to go, and the Bulldogs are kicking a field goal, and I just don't agree with that. Especially one that's 47 yards away. You're not even guaranteed you're going to make it. 47-yard kick from the left hash off of the left-footed kicker. That is good. I suppose there's still time left in this game, but Louisville's scoring touchdowns in the second half and San Francisco scoring field goals as the gap continues to overall widen. That kick just over the crossbar. San Francisco will kick it deep and try to keep playing defense. I suppose one big play can change the complexion of a game, but just with the ebbs and flows of what we've seen today, I'm just not confident that the Bulldogs can get a defensive stop here. At least one that's going to make an impact. 5:36 left. The league's top team, the Louisville Wolfpack, 34. San Francisco, 22. Oklahoma City can end up finishing in 4th place in the conference if Louisville loses today. 2 receivers split out wide for Funk, and he will stay aggressive. Back to pass, steps in the pocket, hit as he threw, and the pass caught by Pauly Dixon anyway. A 9-yard gain. Funk now 277 yards. Another very efficient day for Funk. And Pauly Dixon has had one heck of a day. Wallace nearly got in on the sack. Second and 1 at the 36. Out of the eye, Funk hands it off, and that's a 1-yard loss for Overstreet. Nice job by Jasper Lennox. Crashes the middle and makes it 3rd and 2. Huge defensive play here for San Francisco. 2 receivers to the right. This formation has caused San Francisco a lot of problems. Funk back to pass. Funk, hit as he threw! Pass incomplete! Well, Larry Henderson, it doesn't show up in the stat sheets. They may not be going down as sacks. But that's, I think, the 3rd time today that he's hit Funk on a 3rd down, and San Francisco gets the defensive stop. Can Can the Bulldogs do the unthinkable here? As Louisville punts it away from the 24. And the Bulldogs get up to the 28. First down, 4:25 to go. Tuiasosopo struggling. 95 yards. He needed 135 to have his first 1,000-yard season of his career. Still could rip off a 40-yard run and help his chances. Swing out, Tuiasosopo, and he will break off a tackle, pick up 4, and stop the clock. 6, pick up 6 yards. Second down, 4 for the Bulldogs. I formation. Again, no one's on Donald Miller right now directly. And Hart's going to go that direction, and he underthrew Miller. And if Donald Miller was running a go route, he would have been gone. There was nobody on Miller. Instead, he ran sort of into the teeth of Louisville's defense. Louisville's secondary anyway, and it brings up 3rd down and 4, a missed opportunity there for San Francisco. Trips right, tight to the line, 3rd down. Hart back to pass, Hart in trouble, and Rick O'Reilly smacked him. 4 minutes left. And what will San Francisco choose to do? Boy, that's so unfortunate for the Bulldogs. They're going to go for it. San Francisco gets a stop, finally, on Louisville, and then their offense can't move. 4th down, going for it here. This could pretty much be the ball. Offside! Free play, pass caught anyway! First down, Bulldogs! Donald Miller's 7th grab of the afternoon. He's reached his quota.
Neutral zone infraction, number 96. The penalty is declined.
First down to the 46-yard line. San Francisco just will not let it go. Just shy of midfield, 3 receivers for Jasper Hart. Hart to throw, pressured, check down, Tuiasosopo, nice job making a man miss. That's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Back to pass, Hart. Hart caught, there is a flag, I believe it's PI. Brunson on the catch. Penalty will be declined.
Pass interference, number 58. The penalty is declined.
Another San Francisco first down. Jasper Hart having a fine drive. Again, don't forget about tomorrow's epic doubleheader as we figure out where all of these teams will end up in the playoff seeding. Baltimore and Honolulu start at 1 Eastern. Santa Fe, Tallahassee, game of the week alongside Greg Morris is at 4 Eastern. The final game of the SFL regular season. 1st and 10 at the 36. Hart out to Tuiasosopo, and that's going to be a loss, and Donald Miller was wide open. Again, Tuiasosopo, 10 grabs. Why? When you look at Miller's much better numbers. Something the Bulldogs are going to have to take a serious look at here in the offseason. 2nd and 14 at the 40. Took a step back on that play. Miller now bottom of the formation, I formation. And a 4-4 defensive look. Hart is changing the play. Excuse me, and Hart will flip it outside to Miller. That pass got 5. We'll set up a 3rd and 9, and again stops the clock with 3:39 to go. Does San Francisco have enough? This has not been, at times, a terrific drive here for the Bulldogs. They go empty backfield, 4 receivers. Hart out of the gun, cannot take a sack. Hart back to pass, left side. Wide open! Out of bounds to the 25 is Tuiasosopo. First down. Louisville's 3rd down defense today has been pretty abysmal. Bulldogs move the chains again, keeping the drive alive. 3:33 on the clock. This is most certainly 4 down territory now. 4 receivers for Hart. Hart back to pass. And Hart will fire it right side. Wide open again. Brunson just shy of the first down. 2nd and inches. Hart rushes his troops back to the line, back to throw. Tuiasosopo on a swing. First down. Tolbert on the tackle to the 13-yard line. 3:10 remaining and counting. Hart. Pass sacked. They blew up the swing route to Tuiasosopo, and Rick O'Reilly gets his 10th sack of the year. 2nd and 15. Hart changing it up. Back to pass. Hart, oh boy, same thing. Tuiasosopo out of bounds. And again, it'll set up a 3rd and long for San Francisco, which is really the only part of their game they've thrived on today. 3rd down, 11. They need exactly the 3-yard line for a first down. 4 down territory here for the Bulldogs, trying to pull one of the biggest upsets of the year. They're down by 12 currently. Back to pass, Hart. Hart is pressured, has to check it down again. How many times is Jasper Hart going to check down to Keanu today? It's never a good option. 4th and long, and this is the ball game right here. God damn it. Gordon. Hi. Because I just whacked him in the head because he was in my way. Fourth down, 13, 2:17 to go. This is the ball game here for Hart. He fires to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Donald Miller. There's no die in the Bulldog bark. So 2:12 to go in the 4th. The extra point is good. It's 34-29. Onside kick coming here for the Bulldogs. Oh, they go opposite direction with it, and Louisville caught it. Still not over yet, though. 2-minute warning and all 3 timeouts for San Francisco here. Lone Taz Devil 20, I appreciate it. I don't know if you know, but you can be a player, coach, owner, or just a league member next year. Visit simulationfl.com to sign up. A terrific 6th season upcoming. It'll be like a whole new league as Funk swings it outside. That pass caught 4-yard gain, but it stops the clock. Not the best choice of play there for Louisville, and buys San Francisco an extra timeout. Second and 6. San Francisco, last time they led was 6-3. And they just have kept themselves in it all the way. Hand off to Overstreet, and he didn't get anything. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 6. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Bulldog Radio Network.
Home to the Bulldog Bark, 102.5 KSFR, the big ticket, San Francisco.
2 minutes left. It's 3rd down and 6. Funk is going to throw, and Funk's pass is caught, and Blaylock got the 1st down. Boy, it looked like there for a minute that Blaylock was going to run laterally and not pick it up. First down and 10. Our brand new, fully functional, and much more detailed broadcast package will go live tomorrow in preparation for the playoffs and the postseason. Hand off to Overstreet. He's got 7. 1 timeout left for San Francisco. Now, if the Bulldogs can hold Louisville to 3, it keeps it a 1-score game. They wouldn't have a lot of time left, but San Francisco's been chipping away all afternoon, it would seem. $1:50 to go. 2nd and 3. San Francisco needs him to make a big play. Overstreet sidestep, broke a tackle, ball game. So San Francisco a valiant effort, will finish 3 and 5. They leave the door open for Santa Fe. If they win by 29 points tomorrow against Tallahassee, they could take the #1 seed away from Louisville. Victory formation for Louisville, and they're going to finish the season 7-1. Their lone loss coming way back in week 1 to the New York Knights. It was pretty bad too, 45-13. And then all of a sudden, Louisville found their rhythm. Third down 13, but there's no need to chant anymore if you're San Francisco. The Bulldogs got down by as many as 15 points in this game, cut it to 5 late, and just could not complete the comeback, not strong enough. San Francisco finishes 3-5 and missed the playoffs for the second consecutive year, although Bagnall Memorial Stadium will host the SFL Championship game Sunday, September 27th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, the first ever Sim Football 4-man commentary crew. As we hit all zeros and get the final team stats, and then we'll wrap things up quickly. Coaches shake hands. And as we look at the final numbers here this afternoon, 441 yards of offense for San Francisco, but Keanu Tuiasosopo really struggled today. 287 passing yards ended up for Louisville. Overstreet a $199 and a touchdown today. He was right on point. Lennox with 9 tackles now has 85, finishes with 85 for the season. That's near the top of the league. Henderson and O'Reilly each come down with a sack. And for Funk, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. For Hart, 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. San Francisco 5 field goals today. They would have liked at least one of those to be a touchdown. As Blaylock got free late in that second half, and that was really the big difference. Blaylock, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, now 11 for the season. Did fall short of a 1,000-yard season, however, as did Donald Miller, who finishes the season with 3 touchdowns. San Francisco finally opened it up, but it was too little, too late. From all of us back at the SFL Studios in San Antonio, Texas, and from here at Bagnall Memorial Stadium in San Francisco, California, this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League, and I'm your play-by-play commentator and league commissioner, Cameron Irvine, and we hope you join us tomorrow for a doubleheader, the final day of the SFL regular season. Baltimore still has a shot at the conference title. They host Honolulu, who beat them earlier this season. That game is at 1 Eastern. Then at 4 Eastern, the game of the week, Greg Morris will be alongside me for the call. Tallahassee at 5-3 hosts Santa Fe at 6-2 as Tallahassee tries to secure a first-round home playoff game and avoid starting the wild card round on the road. That comes your way tomorrow. Visit simulationfl.com for all of the details. The player of the game today was Funk. Another brilliant performance. 28 of 37 with a quarterback rating of 124.5. We'll see you on the flip side, everybody. We got a big day tomorrow here on the Sim Football Network, and we could not be more pumped about it. We hope you are as well. Have a great Saturday, everybody, and watch some college football.